This is EDL 856, School and Community Relations, Module 16, Parental Apathy Case Study. Category 1, Problem Identification. What do I know? Mrs. Rose is a new assistant principal at JFK of 4 months. If I'm her, I have a very positive outlook, and I am trying to get the community involved. There is no comprehensive communication program and no PTA, no PTO, but one is desperately needed. The principal has a very negative outlook of parental involvement. He feels that he can sense the pulse of the community and feels that parents don't want to be involved, and he thinks that the school is running just fine. The principal agrees to a parent meeting, but he's not in favor of a PTO or a PTA establishing more of a parental advisory council. I sent out an invitation to parents, and 8 parents showed up. And at the meeting, the parents are there, and we're standing in the back of the room, and he is not in favor of the meeting. What I need to know. Who is the principal called on as a sample? He says he's made some phone calls, but who are the sample that he's referring to? What else has the principal tried besides trying to get parent volunteers in the lunchroom? It's not a place I would want to go. Probably wouldn't want to start in that direction. Why doesn't the principal want a PTA or PTO? Why not? Why the advisory council? Why not get them involved? Well, why aren't the 8 parents that showed up a representative sample? What's wrong with those parents? Are there certain parents that he only wants to work with? What is the relationship between the principal and Mrs. Rose or myself? Do we have a good working relationship in the 4 months that I've been there? Does he trust my decisions? What do parents and teachers think about the level of community involvement? And what are the demographics of our community? I would want to gather some more information about what are the parents in my community like? How can we work together better? So what exactly is the problem? Well, it seems to be the negative attitude of the principal and the lack of vision seems to be turning into a self-fulfilling prophecy. The principal seems to be pretty apathetic, and that seems to be the direction that we are headed. How is the assistant principal going to be able to work with the community, with the principal in a productive way to get the parents and the community involved? And will they be able to put a comprehensive program into place? Category 2, Plan of Action. Step 1, go ahead with the meeting. Step 2, talk with the principal. Ask to take the lead on the school and community relations program that we're going to implement. Step 3, survey the community. Step 4, schedule more meetings, plan events, and expand the parent group that we've already established. Step 5, leverage social media. Step 6, get the staff involved. Strategies to implement our plan. Let's go ahead and let's get that meeting started. We've already got the parents there. Even though it's not a huge number, it is a great start. It's not bad, and I think we need to get this meeting going. And if we don't, I think it will just build a further wedge between the school and the parents. I need to talk with the principal and ask to take the lead on this one because he seems very resistant. I seem like I'm the type of person who's going to get it done, so I want to make sure that we can get this done and we can move forward. But when I say caution on there, what I'm asking for is I don't want to go behind the principal's back and get off to and develop a sense of disloyalty and lose trust with the principal. So have to be very cautious as I move forward. We need to do a survey of the community and include parents and teachers and students and other stakeholders. And we need to do an analysis of our external and our internal publics so we have a better idea of what our community is like and who we're dealing with. We need to schedule and plan more events, and we need to expand that parent group. We have a nucleus of 8 members right now, and if we can work with them and have each of them maybe bring or pull in another couple of parents, we're going to have a really solid group, and at that point we can then begin to plan some events that will impact the community in a positive way. We need to also be able to leverage social media. It's a huge communication tool to increase community involvement and show people the awesome things that are going on at JFK and be able to tell our story. We need to get the staff involved, educate the staff and work with them on engaging parents, allow the staff to post on social media and ask for support, involvement on the parental advisory group that we're starting with, but it will hopefully become a PTA very soon. So let's resolve these issues, category 3. So what is best for students? Definitely parental involvement and community involvement. We're going to have a lot of positive effects on the school climate by getting parents more involved. Increase higher grades, higher truancy or lower truancy rates, which means more kids attending school, better feelings about school, more people involved in the community. The health of the students is going to increase. So I can see only positives from getting parents involved. We should see huge benefits for our students. Again, that increase in involvement. And I would think if we can get the PTO involved, we can get some increase in funding. I know our PTA here at school raised $20,000 last year, which paid for, over the last couple of years, has paid for playgrounds, it's paid for resources for teachers, online subscriptions to websites for the entire school. It's saved the district tons of money. Be a great place to start. So resolve the problem. Getting the principal on my side and taking the lead on parental involvement is key because it's not going to come from the principal. So hopefully I can be the key contact person. Valuing the participation of the 8 parents that are there. It's a huge important part is valuing them and showing them that we care, increasing the community involvement between the parents and the community stakeholders and our school. We're going to have to deal with the old issues of the principal and his thoughts on where are we going, where are we going to be going in the future, and how are we going to get there. And then I think start with that parental advisory council and eventually move to the PTO or PTA when we can prove to the principal that there's good things going on. So as we debrief the problem in category 4, what was I thinking, feeling, and valuing? In the first part, I felt helpless in the beginning, like I wasn't able to do anything or be supportive. The principal's negative attitude was really bogging me down. As I move forward, I'm very cautious. I don't want to get into a situation where the principal feels like I'm trying to outshow him or show him up. I would want to establish trust and build a good, strong relationship with the parents and with the principal. I definitely value those 8 parents. It's for them to show up when there was no reason for them to be there, and with what it seems like the feelings are at the school. Those are really, really key people. They care a lot about their kids, and that's why I feel like they're there. I value the community around JFK. That's part of that, getting to know your internal and external publics. That is a key part. And the last part of it is I feel like the principal is very apathetic, and it's probably the root of the problem. As a leader, we have, a way to influence things in a positive and negative way, and definitely is influencing things for the worse, just like, oh, it's good enough. And our kids deserve way more than just good enough. So debriefing the problem, some of the unresolved issues. What happened in the past? I think what our history is going to define how we move forward. And are we going to be able to move from the Parent Advisory Council to the PTO or the PTA? I think an advisory council isn't going to be enough. They don't have enough stake and enough ownership of what's actually going on in the school. I think they need a higher say in what's going to be happening. I think we need a comprehensive plan. And when we look at that, we probably need to be looking at what is our crisis plan too. I think that the parents can be involved with that and helping us make some good plans about what we can do in that situation. So as I reflect on standard 4, category number 5, so collaborating with families. We began our parent group with 8 parents. That's it. And we built it up from there. That's a huge resource, is the parents and how they interact with the community. We took surveys and we analyzed the groups. So, we're collaborating with them and finding out what are our needs? What do our students need? What do our families need? Because we are a public school, we belong to them. Increased membership of the parental group at our school. So that's a big, huge key. And we worked with parents to support the needs of the students. What are the students in our area dealing with? What kind of things can they be helpful with? How can they help our teachers to teach more effectively? So responding to diverse community needs. We analyzed the community. As a key, I think that was one of the key factors that we did, is we found out what is our external public like. And we leveraged that parental group in responding to the needs of our community and getting them engaged as well. Then we expanded the communication by leveraging social media and engaging parents and community stakeholders. And the last part of it, part 3, we mobilizing community resources. The key, I think, was starting that parental group. We got them engaged, we got them mobilized and wanting to be helpful in the community. We increased its membership, and then we worked with the parental group to respond to the community needs. I keep saying these 3 things, but they are keys to getting other things involved. If we can get the parental group started, then we can mobilize other resources, like the factor of money. Like I mentioned before, with the PTO group, we can raise a lot of funds to help support things in our school, besides having the district pay for it. So again, those are key things that we can do, the key thing that we can use to get more help into the school. My final thoughts. I noticed as I was reading through the case study that this was a case study written in 2002. And right now we're living in the world of 2015, which is very far removed from where we were in 2015, and the fact that the internet has exploded. We now have all of these digital tools that are accessible to. Facebook didn't even start until 2004. So now we have this huge engine of social networking that we can use, and I think it's a key to leverage that. So I want to say thank you very much to Dr. Moody. Great semester.